moved their pack around the park all evening. 19-year-old fly half, as I said, for La Rochelle in Diego Jourbe. He's an up-and-coming talented player, and the kickoff not taken by Ulster inside that 22.
You can see a lot of movement at La Rochelle lineup, trying to put Ulster off. He's also going to try and throw it on that side of the now.
Beautiful line for Zach Ward. Swivel on the hips and a shimmy through. And that is a strike move par excellence from Ulster to side their way through that La Rochelle defence. Brilliant from McCann and Yargo Augustus, and the line taken by Zach Ward. Well, it was indefendable.
Yeah, just a bit of deception for Ulster. Just came down, got the ball in the space, got their defence going sideways, and just picked up that seam between the line-out and the first defender. And Zach Ward doesn't need a second invitation here. Bosmoran doesn't get anywhere near him. Zach Ward's just so good in his feet, keeps that low centre of gravity, keeps those legs pumped.
Tom O'Toole, enterprising stuff this from Ulster. Very much in the ascendancy in the early exchanges, showing decent shape and attack, but it's built off strong carries. And La Rochelle straying offside. Penalty count heavily against the French team in the opening 8 minutes here, and it's proven costly, and the offload almost went to hand from Zach Ward to his opposite winger, Werner Koch. Some attention being received by Nick Timoney, meantime just out of your picture, but full concentration required behind every single kick. As needs must. It's another strong carry, maybe just the last 5 minutes, a sense that La Rochelle are warming to the task. Sloppy pass just took a little bit of momentum. Packs a thump in this left boot. It'll take a lot to get it there straight and true. That's a really, really good strike. Judge the conditions in the wind impeccably. Ulster recoil, making sure not to get held up, and they go again with David McCann. Twice repelled from a couple of inches shy of the whitewash. So many big targets in there. They've got bodies on shoulders, and there's the whitewash, and there's the ball, and there's the decision. Holly Davidson can see it down, and it's an Ulster try, and it's Tom O'Toole.
I don't want to be harsh on Holly Davidson. I think they might have scored that 3 tries. Definitely once before, but
again, it's that intensity and speed out of the defensive line from James Hume, the willingness to try and counter up. And they're playing in a tempo that at the moment La Rochelle in the conditions can't really live with. They've got themselves a penalty here though, the French side.
It's a lifting, he's above the horizontal. It's a yellow card.
10 minutes in the bin for Zach Ward. Clear instruction here, and now once again they pull back from the line. That's smart. You don't want to be held up, you have to be able to see it down, maybe waiting for the penalty advantage, which now comes, and it is a Chukwu on his 50th appearance, who pile drives low and hard over that La Rochelle line, and that is try number 3.
I think that's clever from Ulster. They're pretty streetwise there in Salvi.
90 seconds over the 40. Can La Rochelle find a way to the Ulster try line? Give them something to hang their hat on in the second half. It's that man again, Can Correa, and he's got there. Well, it seemed inevitable. It was phase after phase, carry after carry, and no real supplies. That is the big number 7, Can Correa. Up go the flags, almost needed confirmation on that one, but it did find its target. The conversion is good, and that puts a slightly different complexion on the scoreboard. Penalty advantage to come at Julie Dawes. Werner Koch carries into heavy traffic there for Doak. Around the corner to Augustus. Couple more phases, there's numbers to the left-hand side. If Ulster can work it, they don't need to go too far. Now this time, do they get it done? We've seen this picture before. It's paid dividends a couple of times already. Murphy kicks it across, all on the bounce for Zach Ward. Ulster get in the corner. The ingenuity, the unorthodoxy of the kick in these conditions from Jack Murphy, but it pays dividends. Nothing Doak in the way of some heavy artillery there.
He's trapping him in.
Correa's had a big game in that number 7 shirt. Here's Sclavy, who rumbles on a few metres. Can Rochelle find any momentum? The likes of Alexander Kaduri in off that bench and the changes they've made. The offload didn't come from the floor. Ball is too slow coming back to the scrum half. Bourgeon tries to reload and La Rochelle go again. This is possibly their best way through, and Sclavy's got a clear run to the line here.
Latu, I think, isn't it?
And it's Latu, in fact, who makes it all the way. Great awareness. Ulster defence lacking, no pillar there at all, and straight run through for Tolu Latu makes a big impact off the bench.
Yeah, you call it, Connor, just the 3 or 4 phases leading up to it. There was those impact players coming on, just getting through contact, just getting quick balls.
So let him go, thank you.
It's Christian Nuraki setting up for his scrum half to kick here from right on the 22. It's going to drift in behind Jacob Stockdale, judged it nicely.
Keep coming, Ulster.
Might need to put the brakes on here. He'll overrun it. Oh, judged it again superbly. All his own work, Jacob Stockdale. Such a difficult skill to execute in these conditions. To judge the flight of that ball. 2 on the outside here, Zach Ward. Oh, the offload was picked up by Bryn Ward. The 2 Ward brothers combining. And in goes Bryn Ward. Just bumps the cover out of the way. Eyes only for the try line. And the 2 boys combining their eye smile from Zach toward Bryn. And that's the damage the Wards can do.
Yeah, brilliant response by Ulster, having just conceded and trying to go and score and straight back. Stockdale does amazingly well to catch his own kick. It's that running bomb in no man's land. La Rochelle don't get there, but he certainly claims. But from there, I love the way Zach Ward doesn't stay on the wing. He gets in to be second receiver, and then he has the power. You see here, Murphy just gets the ball in his hand, and he's so strong in the lower body. He breaks that tackle, and then he's got his brother. He's got McCluskey on the outside.
Thank you.
4 minutes to go. We'll get the lads player of the match very shortly. We'll just stay with the live action here as Ulster look to maybe not a 6th try before the evening's out. To the front, they almost had to go, and they do. With Cornick as a trooper who's already got a try in his 50th appearance, so it's just 3rd of the evening. Oh, it's getting closer, that La Rochelle try, and they break away, and surely they've got there. And it is the half buzzer. And Ulster get their reward. James McCormick. And that finishes off the night with a flourish for Ulster.
James McCormick who scored, it would never get Jake Flannery massive.
Toward his body and just roll over and find a way to get the ball to grass.
Oh, it's a beautiful strike. Well, the kick set up the try. Beautiful conversion. Time, gentlemen, please, for your player of the match. Really impressive in the conditions. Forward come La Rochelle again with that man, Latu. Consolation it would be.
Advantage. 12
Working
offside.
hard for it. Stuart McCluskey is straight offside. Feels like inevitable try here for La Rochelle, and they do get the last word.
I think it's Sclavy who eventually gets over. He's been really busy since he came on the Argentina international. Just despite Ulster's work rate at the end, just that power. Once they got in 5 meters out, eventually Ulster ran out of numbers. And I'm sure what that celebration is.
10.
Well, this young team have been a credit to Ronan O'Gara and that La Rochelle crest. Big win in Newcastle last week, surprised many really, and they came here tonight. It's in his eye, that's for sure. 6 tries in the end. Ulster win it by 41 points to 24.